everybody. Happy Friday to you. This is Brandon Moree here with the Wilkes Journal-Patriots Sports Desk. Zach Colburn couldn't be with us this afternoon. Hopefully we'll see him next time around. He'll definitely be back when we do our show on Monday. Normally we do a highlight show on Monday, but this is such a big Friday for Wilkes County football teams that we wanted to do something special, so we're doing a live show. Normally what you see on Monday comes after a take or two or three, depending on how we're doing that day, and Adam and Ben do a great job of pitching that together and making us look good. So if we make a mistake today, we don't have that, so just kind of bear with us as we walk through this week's huge matchups tonight, two inter-county games. We want to take a look at both of those. Obviously, the conference has come down to the Wilkes County teams. They are locked into the top 4 spots. Now, in this week and next week, we'll get to decide who's going to be where 1 through 4. We're going to start by taking a look at the game between West Wilkes and North Wilkes, a matchup of two one-loss teams. They both have won 4 straight conference games because they fell in the first week of the conference season. West Wilkes fell in a tight one to Wilkes Central, while North Wilkes fell to East Wilkes. Those guys are undefeated, obviously. So you see there, based on their numbers, that these two teams are pretty similar. They both score about the same amount of points per game, and they both give up about the same amount of points per game. And these rings here represent the percentage of their offense that comes on the ground. So you see that the Vikings are getting 90% of their production on the ground, and the Blackhawks are getting 86% of their production on the ground. That should actually say 3,300 yards of total offense this year. The Vikings are averaging more than 3.3 yards per game. But of that 90% of the offense that's coming on the ground, a lot of that is coming from Jarrett Grimes. He is having a phenomenal year. He's already over 2,100 yards rushing so far this season and 24 touchdowns. He's got a great chance to hit 2,500, which is a phenomenal mark. For the Blackhawks, it's come from a couple of different areas. Trenton Walsh, who's been out for the last couple of weeks, has run the ball well. Alex Ortiz has run the ball well. Noah Dancy and Tyler Skeen, both running backs that have run the ball well for West Wilkes. So a couple of different options for the Blackhawks on offense. But what we're going to see from North Wilkes is Jarrett Grimes. There's going to be a clash of two teams that love to run the football tonight in Millers Creek. It should be a phenomenal game. Okay, on the other side of town, in Moravian Falls, this is the one that's got everybody buzzing. Both these teams are undefeated in the conference, 5-0. Wilkes Central comes in at 7-2. East Wilkes comes in at 8-1. Both these teams lost to Surrey Central in the non-conference. These two teams are the best two offensive teams in the conference. You can see there that the Cardinals are scoring 37.2 points a game, while the Eagles are scoring 38.2, pretty similar, and they both have a bunch of yards on the ground this year, 3,500 for the Cardinals and 3,400 for the Eagles. What the number that jumps out to you on that board, though, is the points allowed per game. East Wilkes is giving up just 9 points a game, 81 points through 9 games this season. That is phenomenal. The Eagles, on the other hand, giving up much more, 28.6, but you can kind of throw those numbers out the window tonight in a game of this magnitude. One thing to note here, 71% of the Cardinals' offense is coming on the ground, and the Eagles give up a Wilkes County worst 6 yards per carry. So I expect that to be a pivotal matchup tonight between the Cardinals' rushing attack and the Eagles' defense. On the other side, though, Wilkes Central is one of the most balanced teams in the conference, where 60% of their yards are coming on the ground, 40% are coming through the air. Now, don't read too much into that because the Cardinals' defense has been great at stopping both the run and the pass this season. But I think we'll see a great game. Obviously, we know what we're going to get from both these teams. They love to score. Shouldn't be a shutout, even though East Wilkes has had a couple of those this year. I expect a good, high-scoring game. And obviously, the winner of this game is going to have the leg up in the race for the conference championship going into next week, the last week of the season. Okay, I caught up with both head coach J.K. Adkins and interim coach Terry Johnson this week. We're going to take a listen to what they had to say.
They're strong. They run forward. They gain yards. They don't go down easy. They can pitch it. They can run it down your throat. They can do a lot of different things. They can throw it on you. So we've got to be prepared for about all aspects of the game. And I'm sure they're preparing the same way for us.
We have to gain tackle the ball. That's the biggest thing. We've got to get multiple people to it. We've got to get off the block. We get situations where we're trying to have to tackle Parsons or Bowles or Horton, those guys. If we get, put ourselves in a position where we're tackling one-on-one, I don't think we'll be as successful as if we get multiple people to it. So we're trying to fly around and get to the ball and take good angles, and when we get there, we got to.
All right. Sorry about that audio there from Coach Atkins. We had a little technical difficulty with my phone and my recorder this week, but I hope you got the gist of what he was saying. Have to gang tackle the Parsons and the Hortons and the Bowls of Wilkes Central tonight in that game. Anyway, I'm excited for that game. I'm going to be there. Zach's going to be there. So if you see us out, say hi. If you can't come to the game, there's a couple of ways you can follow along at home. You can follow us on Twitter at WJP_sports. You can also see that Twitter feed on our website at www.journalpatriot.com/sports. There will be 2 radio stations there tonight. WIFM and 3WC will be broadcasting the game live. And if you're listening to 3WC, I'll be on there at halftime with Eggman talking about the game and how the conference is going to shake out for the last 2 weeks. We will also have updates from North Wilkes and West Wilkes as often as we can. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited about how the live show went. I think Adam and Ben will probably agree. Maybe we can do it again next week. All right. This has been the first ever edition of a Wilkes Journal Patriots live show. Thank you for watching.